Okay, hot August day, well actually in the 80s, not too hot, but it is nice, it's warm, it's comfortable. I did a lot of yard work this morning and I'm tired. I just woke up from a nap. It's the afternoon sun and two figs today. Nero 600, Villette de Bordeaux. We're gonna do a comparison, so let's check this out. This is my Nero 600, and I've got it in a 5-gallon pot. And there's kind of been a widely known. This is actually not the Nero right here. This is a branch coming off of another tree. This is the Nero, and the Nero has finger leaves like this, like a trident, like Poseidon's trident, except with 5 points on it. Anyhow. There's a couple of ripe figs on here that I'm going to pick off today, and I'd like to compare the Nero 600 to the Villette de Bordeaux. And I know folks have done comparison videos on it before. I have not, so today I will do my own comparison video for the Nero 600 and the Villette de Bordeaux. Alright, let's head over to my in-ground Villette de Bordeaux. It's in a terrible shady spot in my yard, but you know, it still ripens fruit and you know, still does okay. Anyhow, this is it. I've got a couple of figs on here that I can pick off now, and I'm gonna do a size comparison as well as some leaf comparison. See here, there are some finger-like leaves that are similar, but not exactly the same. So they do have some of the 5-point trident looking leaves, 3-point trident, really weird. Single, so Villette de Bordeaux has everything. It has every single leaf structure that you can imagine on it. Okay, so on the left I have Villette de Bordeaux. This is an in-ground fig, so the figs are a lot bigger. And I have Nero 600 here. It was in a 5-gallon, you know, and it gets dried out a little bit more. So it doesn't look and doesn't get as big as the Villette de Bordeaux. So you know, a lot of folks have said these two figs are pretty much the same fig. And I tend to think so too, except on my Villette de Bordeaux, there's literally 4 different kind of leaf structures here. This is a 3-lobe, single lobe, large 5-leaf, 5-point cankle. There's another one that's similar to that, except, you know, it's kind of a bigger kind of palm area. And it also has this 5-point leaf structure as well on that tree. This Nero 600 has more of kind of this 5-finger leaf structure. So that's the one thing that's slightly different, but I'm sure with time it may develop these other leaf structures. Let's do a weight test on this. Okay, so the Villette de Bordeaux obviously looks bigger, is bigger, because it's in ground as well, so it gets kind of a more stable water supply and nutrients from the ground. Weight test on the Villette de Bordeaux Breba, it's 44 grams, respectable. Nero 600, 19 grams, a lot smaller. Let's cut these guys open, shall we? Wow, that looks yummy. It's got that kind of purpley Breba color that happens here. For whatever reason, it gets that kind of purple color. I know it's going to taste good. Oh, they all look delicious. Look at that. Let's take a close-up look here. Beautiful. Okay, so the 4 slices here, VDB, 4 slices here of Nero, they all look really good. And you notice even between the VDB off the same tree, they kind of look a little bit different. This one has a little bit more purple on it. They look really good. Look at that. This one is super juicy. I know this is going to be delicious. And then the Nero 600. Yummy. Okay, so let's get right to the taste test. Let's start with VDB. We've eaten VDB over the years many times before, and so I know what the flavor is like, I know what the Brebas are like. Grabbing it off of the table, and it never fails. It's a very good French fig. Produces Brebas, produces main crop in the right, I guess in the right spot in your yard. It'll do 2 crops for you. I have mine in a really crappy, shady area, so yeah, it does Brebas, and I have to protect it, or else the critters will get it. And this year, I protected it. I put up a couple of owls on my fence, which keeps kind of the squirrels from running along the fence and then snatching figs off of the fig trees that are lined up on that fence. And then I've also covered it in organza bags. The organas, they work okay, but they don't really do a good job. So you have to have multiple kind of systems to protect the figs. At least I do anyway. So let's try this out. That deserves a Mark Wiens yum face. Anyhow, it is really good. VDB, Breba crop, ripened naturally in ground. So good, so delicious. I really love it. It does have a strawberry jam type of punch to it. This one even has a slight kind of almost acidity to it, which gives it a really nice flavor, actually. It's mixed in with kind of a melony, strawberry, honey-like flavor. It's delicious. I mean, that fig right there is 8.7, 8.8 in my book. Really good. I love VDB. And as far as sweetness, right about 7.5, 7.7, right around there. It's not overly rich, but it is very flavorful, and it's reliable, it's productive, grows in ground, does really well. VDB must have in any collection, I believe, here in the Pacific Northwest, and maybe other sites as well. Down south, I know you guys can grow a lot of other kind of later varieties, and VDB might not be one of those figs that you would consider top 10. But for me, and for those of us in the north, VDB must have. So now, let's compare the Nero 600, this guy right here. Nero 600, a lot of folks have already said, Nero 600, VDB, Negron, all the same figs. To me, I think if you have one, you probably don't need the other, because they do have similar growth habits and probably taste really similar. But let's go ahead and review it. That is good. The bottom half near the eye, much better than the top half. Lots more flavor, lots more sweetness condensed there. I have to say that it has a similar flavor, but not exactly the same. I feel like that VDB had just a lot more punch to it than the Nero. But again, it was grown in ground, so it has consistent access in the roots to water, nutrients, versus in pot where sometimes if I don't get to watering it for that day, it starts to droop, and so that makes this fig suffer a little bit when it's ripening on the tree. So anyhow, those two figs, can I say that they're the same fig? Very close. Very close. Those two taste very similar. they ripen at the same time. So I'm picking both of them on the same day, obviously. And if you had to have one, just pick one. Honestly, you probably can't go wrong. But VDB just seems like it's more common as far as, you know, accessibility and folks who grow it and you know, who you can get cuttings from. Would I get both varieties or keep both varieties? For me, yeah, I'll probably keep both, just because I already have it. But if you already had one, no reason to get Nero, no reason to get Nero 600 if you already have BDB and vice versa. So those are two figs right there, BDB, Negron. Thanks for tuning in. Final assessment, they're both good. I didn't give a score for the Nero 600. Well, it's almost exactly the same, right? Flavor, sweetness, taste, almost exactly the same. So I'd probably run with the same scores as I gave the BDB for the Nero 600 as well. So anyhow, thanks for watching, appreciate it. The hair is getting longer. Big white streak right here, that's all natural. Getting old. See you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I really do appreciate it. Take care of yourself. Until the next time. Bye-bye.